Hello to all my college football friends out there. Welcome to another segment of the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel sports show. My friends, let's get right into it. Who can you see giving the Georgia Bulldogs a run for their money in the SEC College Football Conference to start off the 2024 college football season? Now, my friends, this is going to be a very interesting 2024 season without a doubt, okay? There's no longer divisions. It's one big conference, okay? And now we all know that the SEC has two new faces that joined their conference, and that's none other than the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners, which personally I love, okay? I'm liking it. Two rich in tradition football programs leaving the Big 12 and coming over to the SEC. I'm loving it. And that goes for any other conference of very good, rich in tradition football programs leaving and joining another conference. So, my friends, I look at it this way. Okay? It is only going to, for me, I've always said the SEC was the best conference in all of college football. Hands down. Now when you look at it, okay, we have a Georgia team last season that finished a 13-1 record, very impressive, and they also went 8-0 in the SEC. Their lone loss was to the Alabama Crimson Tide in the SEC championship last season. But when you look at these other teams that I'm going to throw out there, last season, Missouri Tigers, 6-2 in the SEC. They finished a very impressive 11-2 on the year, upending my Buckeyes in the Cotton Bowl last year, 14-3. And they have some weapons coming back. Then you look at Tennessee. Now, last season, Tennessee finished 4-4 in the SEC, 9-4 overall. But my friends, I'm just going to say this. Tennessee was a disappointment last year, and I'm sure everybody would agree. In 2022, Tennessee had it going on. I think they won something like 11 games in 2022, and they turned a lot of heads and thought that in 2023 it was going to be a different story, but not the case. Once again, Tennessee Volunteers last year 4-4 in SEC play and 9-4 overall. Now when you look at Alabama last season, 8-0 in the SEC conference, 12-2 overall, but their legendary coach, Nick Saban, we all know, retired. And now Coach DeBoer will be coaching this team and trying to lead them to the promised land. And can Alabama scrap and fight and contend for an SEC championship with new coach Kalen DeBoer? Now, for me, it's going to be interesting, okay, without a doubt. DeBoer is a very good football coach. There's hands down, okay? Hands down. He turned the Washington Huskies around in just 2 years. Just 2 years. In 2022, DeBoer won 11 games for the Huskies. And in just last season, 2023, won 14 games for the Huskies and led them to the national championship title game. Yes, only to lose to Michigan, but nonetheless, we are talking about DeBoer in 2 years at Washington, led them to a phenomenal 25 wins and only 3 losses in 2 years as the head coach for the Huskies. We shall see. Ole Miss, what more can you say about the Rebels? 6-2 last season, coached by Lane Kiffin. What a job he has done. and 11-2 overall record last year. Phenomenal season for Ole Miss. It really was. And you have to look at Brian Kelly. LSU Tigers last season finished 6-2 in the SEC and overall 10-3 last season. So my friends, do not count out Ole Miss and LSU. Two very, very talented ball clubs. Two very well-coached college football programs. So my friends, for me, it could be a toss-up. I mean, I know right now everybody is looking for Coach Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs not only to win the SEC, but some say they're early favorites to win it all. We shall see. But my friends, now you factor in the Texas Longhorns. What a season they had. They were one of the top 4 teams last year and went to the playoffs only to lose in that very exciting game to the Washington Huskies 37-31. But nonetheless, my friends, Texas, they have some players coming back. Last season, the Longhorns finished an impressive 12 wins and only 2 losses. And let's not forget, my friends, this is a Texas team that beat Alabama last year in Tuscaloosa. A very tough place to play. But they knocked off Bama last year. So, right now, could it be a toss-up? I would say yes. Okay? I know everyone's looking at the Georgia Dogs to win it all. Not just the SEC, but to win the college national title game in 2024. But, if that's the case, Kirby Smart's going to have his hands full. Okay? He's going to have to first get past these tremendous teams in the SEC that I just mentioned. And some say the Buckeyes are going to vie for getting into the national championship game in 2024 with their splendid recruits and their very talented players coming back. If you're a Buckeye fan like me, the sky's the limit. So, my friends, why I say that it's going to be a very interesting season in 2024 is because right now it could be a toss-up. Like I mentioned, Coach Kirby Smart and the Dogs are early favorites, okay, to win it all. I get that. But, my friends, things could change, okay? Injuries happen every year. Injuries happen to the best of the best. And we all know if one of a skilled set position player goes down for any of these teams, it could mean their season. So, it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this plays out. But, once again, for Georgia just to say that we have it already etched in stone that we're going to win the SEC and get to the big dance. If I know Coach Kirby Smart, the fantastic coach that he is, he's thinking on the lines that I am, okay? Games are won on the field, not on paper. So without a doubt, Coach Kirby Smart and Georgia is not assuming anything, especially with the Georgia Bulldogs schedule on the up-and-coming 2024 college football season. It is a difficult one, to say the least. So it's going to be very interesting, okay? We have Georgia traveling to Alabama to get it on in Tuscaloosa, always a tough place to play. And if I'm not mistaken, we have Georgia also getting it on with Texas. So it's going to be one of those seasons, my friends, to remember, without a doubt. But once again, do not turn the face of your Missouris and your Alabamas, Ole Miss, LSU, okay? Teams that finished very good last season. Like I said, Missouri 11-2 last year. Bama 12-2. Ole Miss 11-2. And the LSU Tigers last season 10-3. And let's look at it this way. You know, unfortunately, Brian Kelly had to face a few crucial injuries last year to his star players. And if that would not have happened, who knows how far LSU could have went. But, you know, like I said, that's part of football. Injuries happen to the best of them. And, you know, at that point, when an injury happens, you hope for the best for the player. And then at that point, you know, the season still must go on. And that's where coaching comes into play. My friends, I hope everybody enjoyed this video today of who could give Georgia a run for their money in the SEC conference in 2024. If you are new to my channel, please, by all means, click on the subscribe button. I would appreciate that. If you like this video, please click on the like button. And like always, please don't forget to hit the bell for notification. And please comment down below. Everybody knows I do the very best to get back with everybody that comments. So please comment down below. I would love to read your take on this video about which team could give Georgia a run for its money in the 2024 SEC Conference. We shall see. Like always, peace out. God bless. God loves you, and so do I. Buckeye Vinny is out of here.